Carpe diem.
Yep, you got Krazy 88s taking on Wasted Potential. Krazy 88s are your defending champs. They were T5 winners from last season and have carried that success right on through.
Bunkered down. They got all the turrets that you could ever ask for. And this is just an anti-dive comp, straight up.
Yeah, it's a builder comp. Not something you see very often. Yeah, I was getting surprised if Coach stuck with that Symmetra coming through here, and indeed the swap over to Cassidy to try to break into this. It's funny, we were just talking about this beforehand. I was thinking if you're going to break through the Reinhardt comps, that the six-man Winston rush is the way to go. And it's exactly what we're seeing out of Wasted Potential. But the focus fire has to be there, and unfortunately is all in 88s to start. Wasted Potential charged into that hallway, and Krazy 88s were already there waiting for him because of that teleport rollout. They got the positioning they needed and the kills that they wanted, and now they've got the point in their favor. First control.
Like you said, six-man anti-dive, not going to be fun for Wasted Potential, and Krazy 88s also were able to get that focus fire down. I believe it was NRG that got in there first. I just got hit with so many stuns right off the bat. Wasn't even able to wraith out of there in the first place. Now Krazy 88s have this control of the point. That's going to put them in a really good advantage.
This is just such a good read from 88. And again, just showing off that versatility. Potential trying to move into this hallway to dislodge, but Krazy 88s are reading it perfectly as the Diva went in and just ate all the chain CC stuns. A Primal in the back coming out of Winston. And if Max can stay alive long enough, they might come up on an EMP, especially with that kill onto Spider. And that's Max picking up one as well. Wasted Potential have the +1 in this fight right now. EMP and Coalescence coming online. I might even at least use the Coalescence to finish this thing off, because flipping it now would be so good for WP.
Yeah, they're almost able to get it, just hanging on, barely, finally able to get that flip in there. It keyed enough, did not have to commit that Coalescence, so that's going to be really good as Krazy 88s are going to try to push that in, but they do have that rally as well, along with pretty much every single else of their ultimates. So they definitely have a win condition going into that. Maybe you could put in a Deadeye to open the space, just like we're seeing now from Coach. Get that down, but
he's going to buy the room for SmurfyX and company to move in, but the EMP's in the back, finds 3. But the rally's still out from Krazy 88s to heal up through that EMP, and the kills are coming through on the front end. Resner's not able to pop the coal before just getting hammered down, and this is going to be a quick flip.
Hey, hello. Whoa there.
Hello there. Coach was looking for that Sombra. I was like, wait a minute. I know there's a Sombra right here somewhere. And now, Leche with self-destruct online. Krazy 88s did spend quite a bit in that fight, but didn't spend everything. They're going to use the Ant Matrix to start this off as the Coalescence coming out from Wasted Potential to try to dislodge out of this corner. Seems just going to go ahead and drop that self-destruct in the back. It gets a rematch kill as well. Oh my goodness. As Scenic is able to work inside, kind of get underneath the team of Krazy 88s and starts off a huge snowball that never got dealt with.
you'll love to see that remake, but like you said, that snowball really got them through, and Krazy 88s starting to be shaking a little bit. They got to get back into this point. They have that self-destruct to work with. They want to get that open space to get your team into the fight. With that overextension already, not too much is going to be happening.
Oh, they use a Death Blossom combined with Maxa on the Primal Rage. That is just a lot of dancing around from Wasted Potential and a lot of death as Spider is sent off the side. And Wasted Potential have really got themselves back into this thing with a vengeance. Now, coming up on another EMP here as well. One last chance for 88s. You know, we asked the question if WP could break open Krazy 88's Reinhardt comps, and they've done a great job of it here with this 6-man rush.
Looking to get it, but they have its ultimates all being thrown out. There's the Deadeye EMP on top of it as well. This is looking like a tough one for really come back, but no picks really going either way so far yet.
There's a lot of ults coming up from Krazy 88 to help defend against the EMP. And with lava everywhere, Wasted Potential can't cover the ground they need to. They can't stick together like they want to. End up getting split up and picked apart. And the point does go the other direction. And absolute insane back and forth, but Krazy 88 just moments away from taking this thing. You just got to hold on for one more fight.
They're holding out. Wavy Creature has to be the one to touch this point. They're gonna be having to look for it. Couch hiding in the corner, looking for that key hack to start it off, and they're getting on the BAP. Is it gonna make enough?
Ant Matrix out from 88s. They've got all the potential to hold on here. Tank Ultimate's coming online. Wasted Potential just don't have the resources to steal this thing back. And 88s will hold on, taking guards. First of the map goes over to them.
Able to get that one back in the back. They did lose it quite a while there. Wasted Potential. We're able to get that ultimate cycle up and running, and it made it difficult for Krazy 88s to get that point recontest. But eventually they were able to just kind of tank their way through that EMP and broke through Wasted Potential's defense to get that point back. And at that point, there was no way for really Wasted Potential to even get a toe on that point for much longer and consistently contest. And Krazy 88s were able to take this one. Now here is where it's going to get interesting on University. This is Krazy 88's comfort zone right here.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Mason come out as a result of it. This is really their bread and butter. And the true test for Wasted Potential. They're going to have to break this open. I mean, if they want to win this map, most obviously, but if they want to take a series at all, you have to be able to deal with the Ice Wizard comp of Krazy 88s, as they immediately get teleport set up, Sim turret set up, and they are thoroughly in control of this objective right now. The question is, how do Wasted Potential break it open? They're moving in from the high ground, trying to drop in using a Maywall to separate the front from the back, but they just land into so much damage, and Krazy 88s winning the mirror right off the gate.
They're looking to keep that one up. They took Wasted Potential, took that high ground opposed to Krazy 88s, who just went straight through the left side of that point. And able to set up that teleporter back and forth. That's a really good strategy there. And now they're getting some players walled off. I don't know if they're going to get any picks off of it.
Yeah, Max was lucky to get out of there.
Yeah.
That would have been disastrous. I mean, losing Max that early would have put SmurfyX that much higher in the ult race. Not to mention just buying a lot more free time, but Max is able to stay alive long enough to put up a decent attack here, and is going to block the shatter from SmurfyX here in the very beginning. Fortunately for SmurfyX, they don't get caught on the wrong side of the wall as dueling garage doors come out right on top of each other. And both teams are making good use of the amplification matrices. Photon barrier up, but it's not in time to save SmurfyX. A Wasted Potential have an advantage here. They need to see if they can push in and clean up the rest of this point.
We're going to be trying to do Wavy Creature, trying to set up this teleporter to get some starts out, but now we're getting too much. Now you're seeing the Blizzard lay down. Marner wants to close this one out.
Yeah, whoa, that's self-destruction to pick up a pair. The Blizzard was nicely done. There's no way Max was surviving that. Walled in, Blizzard at the front. And despite such a great start for Wasted Potential on that fight,
just not able to turn that one back around, and Krazy 88s are going to be able to remain in control. They did commit quite a lot to that. Now Wasted Potential do have a possible win condition here. They have that sound barrier to give them that extra health, and they also have this Blizzard as well, which can make a really big dent in Krazy 88's health if they're able to catch anyone inside of that. They could really be watching NRG to get that ultimate down. This Maywall's going to make it so difficult. They're using the sound barrier to finally make that engagement.
a little lockup on my end. Apologies to come back in here. A couple ultimate invested sound barrier and Blizzard, the most notable coming out from Wasted Potential to try to wrestle control this thing as the overtime wick starts to burn. You managed to pick off the Baptiste, a really important pick for Wasted Potential, but they need to close this out, and they're not able to get past their microwave beam. Now, SmurfyX does go down. In fact, both tanks fall for Krazy 88s, and there's just 3 left. It looks like the Baptiste might have made it back, so it's tanks and DPS and support left standing for Krazy 88s. His energy has come back in with the Doom. Landed the big right hook, but an immortality field, I believe, was up, so there was no death there. And it's Krazy 88s fighting from the back foot the whole time. Like, it doesn't matter if they're down 1, down 2. You can't ever count them out. They still manage to stay afloat. They still manage to stay in control, and they're going to take map 1 with a 100-0 victory here on Oasis.
That was clean map win right there, especially there on University. We talked about it in the pregame as well. If you had to waste your potential, you'd have prayed to the Overwatch god. You were not going to get University as a map. Unfortunately, not the way they're going to go. You saw the Krazy 88s had a plan when they were going to that map. They are a coordinated unit, and both of these teams are, in fact.
Let's see how they can play around the teleporters. Maybe raw damage might just be the ticket to break 88s open. But nope, they're gonna mirror this. Teleporter from the back of hotel up to the high ground. Let's see how Krazy 88s want to make the approach. I mean, nothing unusual from the defense. 88s are going to teleport to the far high ground here on the top of the house and just start peppering in some shots. See if they can find a way to isolate the tanks and get the May in position to separate Max from the rest of the pack.
These main tanks have such a difficult job being caught up by these May walls, but so far not going to be the case. Both of them are already out. With Sim starting to get these photon bears charged up quickly, burning through shields.
Yeah, I like the wall there coming out from Coach. It was really separating the healers from the front line, and it worked for a bit, but Baptiste was still able to get the immortality field out, and now Coach has gone down. So 88's missing one of their large sources of damage on this attack, and are just kind of trying to hold position. Now we're seeing Leche move in and get aggressive and finds that kill. Max goes down. Leche's able to charge on through. Oh, but Smurfy X gets burned, and that's a photon barrier out early. And Tradesmaker, the sub coming in a big way. Wasted potential hold for the first fight.
Tradesmaker on the Symmetra definitely been a difference maker, for sure. After Max got caught out there, I honestly thought it was over for the defense. Thought your main tank is so hard to go back in, but Tradesmaker just played it safe, waited in the back, and able to pick off 2. And opened up the window. Krazy 88s, however, do have the self-destruct. They can put in to take a little bit of space, but you got to be prepared for this blizzard from NRG. Without that Diva mech to possibly take that away. Be careful for what it is, but blizzard actually laid down quite soon.
Yeah, it's out from both teams, as a matter of fact. It's feeling a little chilly in King's Row. Self-destruct, always dangerous during a blizzard, and it's the remech kill that comes through. And self-destruct actually took down the mech of Scenic as well. So the blizzard self-destruct combo successful here for Krazy 88s. Well played, as they're able to just get the May wall up, get that blizzard out, and that's all she wrote. Krazy 88s starting to move through the streets of King's Row.
Really good combo. Again, Krazy 88s know their way around this composition. Self-destruct, other composition. Got it with the remech. I still say that counts. For sure, but Max getting caught out here. Oh, that's really not good for wasted potential. It's a huge stagger, and look how far Krazy 88s are pushing up right now.
Yeah, and that was a wasted Earth Shatter as well. A Desperation Shatter out of Max. And Smurfy X was all over it. Just had that shield up, you know, light years ahead of the hammer coming down. And they are fortifying the back of point B. They're just going to block this entrance, or I guess exit, out of the foundry.
You want to get as much space as possible. Diva's going to be the only one pushing the cart right now. So you're going to have pretty much your entire team there if you're Krazy 88s. You don't want to give away that much space if you want to. Here's the Earth Shatter!
Oh, the teleport shatter strategy. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Now the sound barrier is up, and there's not really a whole lot of kills on the back of it. Darn if it wasn't flashy. It looked good. Self-destruct out from the other side, and the defense actually able to find the kill onto the Baptiste. And the primary support of healing now gone. The clapback from Wasted Potential is massive, as they have just rushed back through. They immediately go into skid steer and drive Krazy 88s all the way home.
Despite how splashy and great that teleporter shatter was, didn't accomplish exactly what you wanted to. The follow-up just wasn't there, unfortunately. So Wasted Potential are going to be able to take the point back, hitting the go on that Lucio speed boost. They are just going to be holding all the way up at this choke. So close in. There's the teleporter in the back, though. These are so creative with these.
Yeah, that was very clever indeed. Wasted Potential did a good job picking it up, though, and having Photon Barrier up, able to burn through. In fact, both main tanks are off the battlefield. Blizzard out for Krazy 88s as they try to push through. Oh no, a desperate attempt to try to get back to the teleporter. The late Blizzard comes out on the other side. And Energy, I think with the better Blizzard there at the end, a nice little icicle between the eyes of Ninja. And Wasted Potential are hanging on through this very scrappy fight. Ninja, that was kind of the crux of this thing. Going down a couple of times here means that Wasted Potential are able to hang on and out-sustain.
Yeah, Wasted Potential have been doing a good job. We want to keep this ultimate cycle going. Max does have that Earth Shatter along. Smurfy X has a lot to play with this Photon Barrier up. Not really opting to drop the shield just yet. Knows that Earth Shatter is available with Baptiste going on. It's a great start.
Oh, that was just a heads-up play from Smurfy X. And another desperation shatter out of Max that just gets absolutely nothing. Once the Baptiste goes down, you need to go to plan B. Like you can't just try to battle it back. I mean, unless you've got a clear, like, we're gonna get multi-kill combo right here, right now, and not a desperation just toss out the Earth Shatter, you've got to retreat. You can't fight in this comp without your Baptiste.
No, that Baptiste is your healing. It has the immortality field, and even this amplification matrix, like we're seeing here. There's just so many different walls and utilities to play around with these compositions, but the card just, Krazy 88s are pushing it forward still. Not really a clear contest coming in yet.
No, and it's a game of sustain. There's the wall. There's the Blizzard. Locking in that left-hand side. Looks like it just got Max. And the sound barrier is out from the defense. Max does eventually fall despite that, and the hammer comes through, picking up at least a couple. And that was a solid hammer there from the 88s. They're going to push this thing home. That is a healthy time bank for Krazy 88s as they're able to complete King's Row with a decent amount left in the bank.
Indeed it is.
Nice
read.
bomb into the pit.
Okay.
I missed that.
Oh, wait. Wait, actually? Oh, man, I wish we could have caught that. You know, just the unfortunate plays of Overwatch. Sometimes you can't help it, but it's all right.
It's like the grabs that go through like the little crevice.
Oh,
that's like on the bottom right-hand side of your screen right now. We did get a call for a pause coming through. But yeah, you see those grabs just kind of go right through the cracks. Like, that always just hurts your soul, you know, where you're just like, oh.
Pain. Amount of time you take to build up those grabs just like that, down the drain, quite literally. Now we're going to be flipping the sides, wasted potential, going on the defense, or the attack, excuse me. Now this is where we're seeing that Hanzo May comp. That's just that straight damage instead of that Symmetra you were talking about earlier. And honestly, this change up probably could be a huge difference maker for wasted potential heading into this, because they can just kind of burn through characters. They also have that one-shot potential, and if I know Tracemaker, they're going to make these shots count.
And I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking. I wouldn't have mind seeing this on their defense, but honestly, seeing how good Tracemaker used that Symmetra, now I'm second guessing my own thoughts on that. That was in the fights that wasted potential were winning, is when Tracemaker was able to get in and burn everybody down. Good use of the photon barrier, good use of the teleporter. So we'll see how the Hanzo works out. There is a lot of shield break available just with Hanzo inherently. What is like 400 damage per flurry of storm arrows. I believe my math was 5 arrows at 80 apiece, if I'm remembering correctly. And look at this, just kind of sitting on the off angle while the rest of the team is pushing in through a hotel. Wasted potential trying to get out there, but the teleporter's there from 88. They're onto this plan, and that's an early shatter. Finding 5. Oh my goodness, it's Smurfyax just laid waste to the squad of wasted potential. They are officially wasted potential now.
That potential, it's gone. They took the time, about a minute gone down just for that. Like you said, the disadvantage of running this Hanzo, you don't have that mobility, the teleporter. You have a lot less options when you're pushing into this control point here. We've really seen the struggle so far with this, and just look at these main walls. What is happening right now?
A little bit of tiny Overwatch, particularly with the ant matrices up from both teams. But with the dust settling, it looks like wasted potential able to get the better end of it. It was a really nice main wall from NRG, and Smurfyax kind of tried to get a little too aggressive. Ends up going down, and just kind of snowballs from there. Wonderful ant matrix. Renzer's ant matrix looked to have a slightly better angle as well, just from in the quick snippet that I saw of it, to allow for some more value to come through, and that's point A picked up. Only took 2 fights. That Shatter's going to pick up 4, trying to storm through. It's going to get 2 with that. Nice play. I love the aggression. Max sacrificing himself for it. I don't even necessarily mind that, but the rest of the team needs to keep pressing. And Smurfyax up on their second Shatter of the defense. Oh, caught Tracemaker in the corner. That hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt, but you have the spawn advantage. Wasted potential is there. Max is going to be back in this fight much quicker than those players from Krazy 88s who did fall in that. They're going to want to start pushing their advantage relatively soon.
Oh, the Blizzard almost got gobbled up, just low enough. Smurfyax does come back as Max makes their triumphant return with a big ol' pin. Tracemaker down to 5 health, getting pursued, unless she's not going to let that one go. And both supports taken out of the fight, as well as the fight just unleashing this tiny little area because of a Blizzard from Mariner taking up the choke.
There's just so many things that can wall you off. You got these turrets burning you down from the corners. You got so many main balls to work out. Like playing main tank into this is so stressful right now. You have to be so careful about when you're pushing in, how you're doing it. Wasted potential. Want to get their footing back up, and they start with the Dragon Strike that gets 2.
Yeah, despite the shatter coming through from Krazy 88s, it's Tracemaker's Dragon Strike that finds all the value. Quite a bit of back and forth, but Tracemaker's able to pick up another one, and it's a +1 to wasted potential on this attack right now. And as you mentioned earlier, with those quicker respawns, they should be able to get this back. Krazy 88s are just going to keep investing in this. Reminds me of a little bit of like Chinese contenders, where they're just the two of them on the point. They're like, yeah, we're going to sound barrier anyway, just to try to draw as much time off the clock and allow as much time for reinforcements to show up. And what that's going to allow for is another strike, another fight here in the streets.
It's going to get that other fight out. Self-destruct out in the open, not going to get too much done right away. The fight's not over yet, for sure.
Oh no, this is just kind of turned into one long, drawn-out engagement. Nice block as the photon barrier coming out from 88s is able to devalue the amp matrix of waste of potential quite successfully. Now they're going to teleport into the back and try to surround them and just do this ping-pong bounce around and find weak spots, look for weak targets, and weak targets they have found. It's another remat kill onto Energy. Oh, you hate to see it. Energy is going to need a couple of aspirin in the morning, because that's a headache right there.
That definitely hurts. If I've been counting correctly, that is the 3rd remet kill from the Krazy 88s D.Va player just in the series.
Like, I think they've all been on Energy too. I'm fairly confident.
They?
I'm fairly confident all 3 of them have been on to Energy.
Well, yep. Energy definitely needing that aspirin. With this fight that's about to go down, probably gonna need even more of it. As the D.Va's just starting to wrap around. Like, it's so hard to get through this point. Hanzo, as his Dragon Strike jumbo, Tracemaker able to get a lot of space with it before. Let's see if they're able to do it again.
Just gonna drop it right over point, pick up another kill with it. That's the 2nd time Tracemaker's found good value out of that Dragon Strike, unassisted, mind you. It falls with a beautiful headshot as well. All right, Tracemaker, the Hanzo doing him justice. I mean, it's kind of been slow going. Definitely been an arduous fight, but wasted potential are winning that fight.
Yeah, we're starting to see the value Tracemaker's bringing to the table on this Hanzo. Really finding that value there with that headshot. Haven't really seen much of them in the kill feed so far. Did find it there. And now on this 3rd point, it's going to be much more difficult to play against this Sin Mei, especially with how quickly the potential want to take this fight early on.
That's both Blizzards out, self-destruct, and Tracemaker finds themselves back in spawn. The Japanese archer will have to wait another turn before they get to take a stab at this thing. Krazy 88s put up a good wall here on point C, and not just the one coming out of the main.
Nope, not at all. There's been quite a lot to that, though. They do have the hold. Krazy 88s managing to get it down. Smurfy and Max have the matching ultimates. It's really good to see. Who is able to get the better? Are we seeing another teleporter shatter? Oh, we did!
Nice. Working around a photon barrier as well. Nice job from Max. That's a lot of something to get through. Oh, but the counter shatter! Oh my goodness! Smurfy X. Oh, that was an alpha move. I'm sorry, that was a straight alpha Reinhardt move. That is what I'm talking about.
That is just laying down the hammer. You see the flash of teleporter shatter again. Max says, said they have none of it. It's just gonna be the fight over again.
Oh, and Max did such a good job of getting that first one out. Had to work around the photon barrier. Like, got a great shatter in, but well, then Smurfy X did that. Oh my. Okay, that's play of the day so far. Self-destruct out from Krazy 88s to start off this fight. No remat kill this time. Sound barrier from both sides, and this is a lot of health pools just clashing into each other on this first corner. A nice little boop. Okay, Kobe's able to send the Baptiste down below, and that might be the difference maker. The supports for Wasted Potential really showing up in this fight, but they got to get past those Blizzard. Oh, and they cannot. The Blizzard's gonna seal the deal here for Krazy 88s. So it was looking bleak, but nevertheless, they don't fall.
The fact of how fast these Blizzards have been building up, just been amazing to me. Like, you're just hitting these shots with these icicles. You have to get them so quickly. You forget how impactful that ultimate alone can be. as we just saw at the end right there specifically. And Wasted Potential now have an opportunity to do that themselves as well. But it's going to be their Shatter to start it out.
Yeah, it was a smart play in that previous fight, holding on to the Blizzard until all the sound barriers were gone. Another environmental kill, but this one going on to Energy. And back and forth it goes, but it's Krazy 88s who are just have this corner locked up tight. Wasted Potential keep trying to get aggressive to push around this corner, but 88s are just reading it every step of the way.
This is what they know. This is their strength. This map was practically made for them if you think about it. Now Wasted Potential are making some swaps to try to get it back in. This is their last chance, but it's starting to pay off.
Yeah, and overtime, they've got +3 on the board. It's just using a photon barrier to do it. Max going over to a wrecking ball here just to make sure to get back into this fight and try to provide the player advantage. But they have to push it all the way home. The best they can hope for in Kings Row is a draw right now, Tiny.
It's better than losing it straight up right there. You gotta try. Self-destruct is gonna be launched up. You wanna get every player off the cart that you can. Only the immortality field being committed, and the remake isn't even able to get back in.
Sound barrier out from Wasted Potential as well, and 2 kills are on the board. They're gonna try to get aggressive, but we've seen this before, and now the late sound barrier comes in. It's just a matter of holding on for the Blizzard to come out. Krazy 88s trying to just win this right here, right now. Wasted Potential need to find the kills, but no! It's Coach who's coming through, and the Blizzard is out for Krazy 88s. No sound barrier to deal with it, and nobody to stay on the point. Krazy 88s hold on to the necessary ultimates to close out the map, and they're able to do so. Heading up 2-0 in our series.
Yep, again, when we talked about this in the beginning, pretty questionable of Wasted Potential's map pick here, and Krazy 88s just kind of proves why. On that third point specifically, you can see how well run they are and confident.
Massive damage as Krazy 88s move through the teleporter. We'll see how it works. And you know, this is why you don't talk about your attacking compositions before they come out of the gate. Is right as the gates open, Krazy 88s making some big swaps of their own.
Really good to see how this Faramir ends up playing out. Oh, that hurts. That's a direct hit. Insta-kill. Yeah, again, these Faras really going to be trying to once encounter each other. And NRG is taking that 1v1, no problem.
Oh, very aggressive. Oh, nice timing on the res in the middle of the reload. Valiant attempt, my friend, a valiant attempt. In the end, it's NRG coming up with the second kill onto the Pharah, and not to mention taking the Mercy's life as well. 4K here for NRG to start things off.
Ooh. That was ridiculous. That was just outplayed. I'm sorry to say that. But now we're going to see the swap over to the Echo, and after that, I honestly don't blame him. But the Echo is going to offer a bit more of that kind of spam damage down the choke, a bit more confirmation on kills as well.
It's energy very good on this Pharah. You can just very clean mechanics coming out of the Pharah player. But unfortunately did lose their tether, which opened the doors up, you know, for Leche to get up there and take the Pharah out. So the pharmacy is now gone, and it's a +3 to the attacking Krazy 88s. I'm not sure the Echo swap had much to do with it, but you know, some good plays. Coach able to get that opening kill onto the Mercy went a long way to them being able to take this point.
And they're making it work out. Krazy 88s can still have that flexibility, and they're making it work. Again, it's that Mercy that just gets far up, that just opens the door, like you said before. And now with Wasted Potential on that defense, there isn't really too much of a snowball going on here. Krazy 88s, Wasted Potential do have that nano boost, or both teams actually have that mirrored. Who is that going to be thrown onto? I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a nano barrage thrown out.
Yeah, for Wasted Potential, I definitely anticipate it'll go on the Pharah. Now on the other side, I'm not so sure. Looks like it is going to go onto the tank. Murphy X is going to get that. Then drops mines. As nano mines out. Barrage from the other side. The Pharah did not get nanoed because the Ana went down to the mines. But Krazy 88's rolling on through. Rez comes in onto their own Ana, and they've already got one tick of progress. They even have a couple of ults to help close this thing out.
They already got that vision. It's not going to be a draw, at least on the second point right now as we're seeing the nano barrage. Wasted Potential not going to give up on this quite yet.
No, and then NFR working out well. That's almost 3 kills for NRG. Tracemaker comes in with a little help to get the final blow onto the Echo, and eventually is taken out of the skies. But every kill that much more impactful on a second point defensive assault. So NRG work was done. Good comeback. The Nano got tons of value, able to land those direct, stayed calm and collected. Good job for Wasted Potential.
Look at that recontest in there. That's the combo they were looking for, and they want to put all. When you're running the Far Eye, you're gonna invest a lot of the resources into that player specifically. While it does require a lot of resources, it gets a lot of the work done as well. Now we're gonna see Krazy 88s take a different direction with the Sombra instead of the Echo, which has the ability to shut down every player in some sort of way on Wasted Potential, and that could be really big. But Krazy 88s going into this. Really gotta be looking for some sort of pickoff. It's just all poke right now. Trying to build up ultimates.
I will say, I mean, this should, just automatically keep Max in check. Even just the threat of the Sombra means Max can't be as aggressive as they might normally want to. They have to always be aware of those manual hacks because that's just instant death. Nice mines into that tiny little cave, though. Quick 2 kills for the defense. And that's it. That's done and dusted. Wasted Potential are able to win that one, not able to get the hacks up in time. And they're going to win that fight on just 1, maybe 2 ultimates. Looks like maybe Pulse was dropped during that. It's kind of hard to tell on my screen at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't really tell that much either, but looking at this, you got to be thinking, where is Krazy 88s going to find the hole? And they want to get a hack off. So far, the Summer's been doing a good job about trying to build up their ultimate, not getting caught out as much. Max having to play a bit safer as well. You can tell how much Wasted Potential is trying to hold back, but again, the Pharah finding the pick off onto the Tracer early on, already going to halt Wasted Potential's moves.
Yeah, Coach has struggled in this matchup against Energy. Energy has taken Coach's number so many times. And just absolute served on a platter. And that serving was 100% death with a little bonus side of death. It's Coach. He's now making the swap over to the Cassidy.
Yeah, after eating the amount of damage that he's taken so far, I don't blame him. And now here's the EMP that we've been waiting to see built up. That
couple
combo.
with some mines, yeah, beautiful combo indeed. As Murphy able to pick up 3, a couple of them with the mines, and it's enough to just get that last tick that they needed. 88s come through with the Wombo combo and take it home with a $1.43 left in the clock.
You wanted, like, there wasn't really too many engagements in that last minute and a half that we've seen, but it was all about just kind of getting that poke, building up that EMP, because that EMP, especially against these Wrecking Ball compositions, are going to be devastating. They made it work. They comboed it up with the minefield. There you go. Wham, bam. All done. So that does set the bar pretty good. They have enough time. It's not going to... They have confirmed at least another round if it ends up going there, if Wasted Potential can take it all the way down. Which, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we see... Now it's going to be Krazy 88s on the defense. And they're looking to run something pretty similar to what we saw way back on Oasis.
Yeah, this is a very anti-dive comp. Anticipating the Wrecking Ball composition coming out. As Krazy 88s, they're just going to look to chain CC Max and not allow the Wrecking Ball to run ham. I mean, look at this. Everybody's got something that can deal with it. Between the CC of the Orisa, the Cassidy, and then the Brig, you've got turret setups. I mean, that's the Torbjorn extremely difficult to dive with that overload, gets that extra armor. Obviously, defense matrix there. I mean, this whole composition is designed to shut down the ball dive. Now, Wasted Potential.
Oh.
Look at this. I've kind of made some swaps here. After their initial flashing and what we know they like to run, they're going to settle in with a little Orisa sim strat.
This is a new one. I like this where they're going here. I'm assuming they're gonna want to get set up on this high ground. Let's get that point. They want to get through these small rooms, not worrying about too much poke. If they can get set up at a point where they can just kind of get a Wasted Potential from the behind, they're gonna be in a good spot, and they're just going straight to the point.
Yeah, they're just going all the way to the back. They're gonna sit up on the stairs and do a little turntables. It's holding down that back stairwell where you typically retreat to as the defense. And are just going to get set up, get control of this mini. Oh, I love that. Teleporter goes up to the opposite high ground. Oh, nice shot there. Coach able to pick off Tracemaker. And the Symmetra's out of the fight. think that teleporter went down along with it, and what looked like a safe respite here for Waste Potential just ended up turning into a tomb.
It was a good shot. They turned the tables around. Set up in that defensive position. Should have gotten them out. Unfortunately, their Symmetra, who was really a lot of their damage here, did get caught out by Coach. Shot down from the high ground. And now they're just going to be probably trying this again, but with Krazy 88s, knowing what's the running, knows what to expect. It's probably going to be much more difficult now.
Yep, they're going to be running into a Molten Core and a Supercharger. Supercharger's going to build up what ults they don't have. Early trades, but it's one of your big supports off the battlefield here for Wasted Potential. Taking that ult along with them. Similar maneuver, teleporting into the back, Ant Matrix up. But moving into the small room, all of a sudden the floor is lava, and there's nowhere for them to go. They have to run all the way up the stairs. The Baptiste can't quite get out of there in time. And Krazy 88s just pursue, able to pick up kills every step of the way.
The second that lava was down, Wasted Potential had nowhere to go. They just had to back up and keep backing up. After their Baptiste got caught out, it was game over for them. That's going to prompt an immediate swap from Wasted Potential, and okay, self-destruct thrown in early, maybe hoping for a pick early on. Not going to get it. It was worth a shot, but with Wasted Potential swapping this late, they're going to have to start building their ultimates up relatively quickly now. Working around this anti-dive comp.
That's a bit of mind games coming out of Leche right there. That is exactly what that is. Borderline BM, but more just a, hey, I can just throw this at you. Just trying to get in their heads a little bit. It looks like it might have worked. Energy, you tried to get aggressive, kind of got angry. It was like, I'm just going to jump into the thick of it and try to put a bunch of missiles down. But no. They were prepared for that. 2 quick picks as Krazy 88s capitalize on just a couple of tiny mistakes, and now they've got a +2 on this defense.
You're stuck in a spot, and this Diva stagger is going to hurt them so much.
Oh, I was such an advocate for the 100 hit point melee from the baby Diva.
Oh, yeah, that should be
to prevent that right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of memey, but it's also kind of awesome. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I mean, they kind of did it with the remake.
Yeah, but that didn't stop the baby Diva staggers, right? Because people are good enough to where you can just shield bash or flashbang and prevent the remake at all. But if your supports can die to a melee, now that's what I'm talking about. Self-destruct in for Wasted Potential to try to start off this attack, buy a little bit of space up on center platform, and get some room for this newly swapped dive composition to come in. SmurfyX is now surrounded, booped off the top, discorded and dead. Nice roll through on the Coach as well. Whoa, Max!
Woo.
Max on this wrecking ball got angry and just bulldozed through the defense of Krazy 88s. Oh, what tech! Oh, ooh, that was juicy little tech.
There's a reason Wasted Potential is good on this Wrecking Chaos comp, as I like to call it. Max, that's their guy. He's their center. He's the one that's going to be making the difference here. And that's exactly what we just saw. Got mad, literally took the bowling ball roll right from him, bowled through, just got the point almost single-handedly at that rate. But with the Mercy loss on Krazy 88s, might gonna have
coming up right now. Though, look at all those check marks, Tiny.
Yep, just looking at those ultimate banks. I have a feeling my screen's gonna freeze halfway through the fight again. I hope that's not the case.
Well, I don't see a Sombra on the field, so you may be okay. All right, that was an EMP joke. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. It won't happen again.
No, hey, we'll take it. Overwatch human. But now we're gonna start looking for it. Let's get aggressive here in the beginning. Now here's the ultimates. Oh boy.
That Molten Core Supercharger to start things off. Just a little bit of a roll through. Is able to knock the Brig into the mines. And Krazy 88s are struggling a little bit. Coach with a nice flank is able to pick off the Zenyatta. Flashbang the 4 out of the sky. Energy can't get out of there. Coach with 2 clutch kills might be just enough to prevent him that tick from coming through for Wasted Potential.
That wasn't 2 clutch kills. That was 4 clutch kills, actually.
There you go. There you go.
Just flanked around in the back line. Held onto that point by a thread, but made it work. And no progress gained from Wasted Potential in that either.
See, I was just making sure you're paying attention, Tiny. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. You passed. A+. No, that's why I need people like you to keep me in check. Good teamwork. Speaking of Sombras, actually, looks like Krazy 88s are going to go ahead and move Coach on over to that Sombra to try to shut Max down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think we both had a little bit of a struggle bus there. That's okay. The Sombra already paying dividends. Got a lot of ult charge. Just a decent amount of ult charge out of the gate, from what I can tell. Like, got that kill into energy, so immediately wasted potential. We're kind of on the back foot and stuck in this awkward position.
It's crunch time, that's for sure. Gotta get back in there, and at this rate, they're gonna be looking for a draw. There's not a possibility that you can even get. They have the ultimates available for this, for sure. With an EMP in the back, and you're already down your Zenyatta, this is looking near needed here.
Oh, the res on to Resner. Oh, but immediately it's a plus to the other direction. It's 2 kills coming through. Into the back goes Wasted Potential, and they land on a ton of mines. And that's about the extent of it. Nowhere for them to move. Kobe gets booped into some courtesy of Lishay, and that is going to do it. Krazy 88s moving up to match point, to championship point here in our T5 Grand Finals. Another huge hold, second in a row. They've put up 3 maps unanswered. Wasted Potential seemingly have nothing that can crack the armor of Krazy 88s.
Not just yet. Oh. Seem to having a couple difficulties with the stream right now, but we'll see.
Hoping they can still hear us.
Yeah.
Get up close and personal, followed with the melee, like that kind of style, as opposed to the long range spammy style of Afara. So this is gonna be interesting, and I mean we're gonna get the May sim comps. Like, that's Krazy 88's just gonna roll out with that. Worked pretty well right up close, trying to teleport out, but already eating a lot of the spam damage. Good job from Energy, just taking care of the teleporters, taking care of all the utility, and an early pick, 2 early picks coming through from Tracemaker on this Hanzo.
Making this close hold work. Definitely not that. I wouldn't say this is very. It might be more traditional, but when I think close hold, I think the May sim posted this Hanzo Pharah, but it's working out. Energy on that Pharah got the players to turn around, that Reinhardt specifically, leaving the door wide open for Tracemaker to hit these shots. 3 of charge, and already almost a barrage probable for Energy. And Krazy 88 still just need to get out of the spawn to get the cart moving here.
Well, and if Energy can keep doing a good job of, like, just take care of the teleporter, take care of the turrets, then the sim doesn't get as much value. Nice barrage. Takes Coach out of the game early. The Pharah does eventually get those wings flipped. We'll see if there's room for a res. They were so aggressive on it. I'm not sure the res is going to be viable. And Max goes down. I think they were trying to push up to find that res and lose their main take in the process. So Krazy 88 slowly whittling away at this defense and starting to make some progress.
Yeah, losing 1 player on that close hold might as well be losing 2. With just the respawn distance you have to go, and Wasted Potential having to give up a lot of ground for it, but they did burn the time, and in the end, it's that time that is going to be mattered. They got ways that they can push back and forth. They have that amplification matrix, which are going to be laying down on Krazy 88s to start it out, and already just clearing the space needed.
Yeah, as an Ant Matrix Blizzard combo, and Wasted Potential were just all caught on that right-hand side of your screen. We had the double damage Fire Strike come through, the Wind Scar, if you would, coming out of Smurfy X, and immediately just takes down 1. So Krazy 88's using their ults to great effect. As usual, they are very good at getting max value out of their ultimates, and did exactly that here, only needing 2 to pick up that first point.
Well, you want to win the fight and guarantee that win. You want to do it with the least resources possible, and like you said, Wasted Potential, definitely able to find a way to do that. Or Krazy 88s, excuse me, I keep getting these teams mixed up today.
It happens to the best of us.
It happens all the time. We'll get there. Now, with Wasted Potential on the high ground, they are going to struggle a bit more with that, especially with that Dragon Strike thrown up in there in the mix, forcing up the sound barrier.
That was a good read. Shatter comes through on the other end. That's going to find 2 self-destruct into the back. Oh my goodness. And value found all around. That did cost the remaining 4 ults from Krazy 88s, but they do secure another fight win. They're going to push all the way into the back of the distillery. And you can see, oh my goodness. Yeah, Max was just in a ton of trouble. Was trying to hold some ground, but no. Krazy 88s don't give you an inch.
You want to take all the space when it's given to you. Take a foot. I I can't remember that expression. You know what I'm saying? Something about a foot in a mile.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with that, okay? Hey. All right.
No, that was great. That was great. Putting your foot in your mouth and it's hard to walk a mile. I don't know. There's a couple of jokes you can throw in there. Another just a big neutral fight going on right now. Energy had swapped over to a Cassidy, tried to drop a Deadeye in, didn't really find a whole lot with that. It's become a battle over the stairwell with a really nice May wall, preventing Max from having any reprieve or any retreat. And does eventually fall. Now, Smurfyx did fall in the process, but Coach is still keeping everybody pressed up against that wall and is now going to drop the photon barrier to protect the cart from that stairwell side. Sim turrets are placed exactly where they needed to be, and point B gets picked up.
Lean and quick, Krazy 88s. That's the fashion tip for today. And now, as we move into the third point here, we are going to see some swamps from both teams, actually. Coach moving over to that Widowmaker off the Symmetra. What the heck? The spider. Okay. I mean, the spawn point's right there. You might as well feed a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, that's more of those head games. Krazy 88s definitely known for playing the head games very well throughout their long history in CGL. That's exactly what we saw there. Nice little halt Discord combo to take Spider down quickly, but Spider does manage to build up the rest of that sound barrier in the process. Oh, the Shatter interrupts the track hit! Oh, no! Just smashes everybody down. Oh my goodness! I mean, you talk about everybody else is a nail. Smurfyx was a nail gun on that, just driving everybody into the ground.
Yeah. Not only that, Krazy 88s managed to win that on a Lucio Zen support comp. Not something you often see in competitive play like this, but hey, if it works, it works. And now, Coach, we're seeing sit on the background, looking for a target just to come out, peek their head a little too much, almost got that Sombra. They did not translocate away. That would have been a headshot.
That was a pixel perfect translocate. I don't even think they knew how close they were to death. Tracemaker in the back might have it up to no. Coach, great peel. Sees the pressure onto Spider and immediately finds that body shot coupled with the a nice halt, and that's all she wrote there. But both teams just kind of retreating to the respective corners. It's a bit of a stalemate for the moment. Infra sights are up, so Mariner knows where they can just kind of fly up, throw in some spam damage, try to build it towards this duplicate.
Right now, just poke back and forth. You want to get these ultimates. Not too much to work with on either side right now. She does have the self-destruct and has managed to work a lot of magic with them in the past. Let's see if the same's going to happen here. There we go, another pick.
Yep, this time on to Renzer. Discord orbs out of there. Tracemaker falls to a shot from Ninja as well. Ninja finds NRG! Ninja takes down both DPS from the back line. Oh, you love to see it. An insanely accurate and highly bloodthirsty Zenyatta. Just the cherry on top of this push. It's Krazy 88's complete Havana. One of the most difficult maps to complete in the game, in my opinion. And they do it with style and a healthy time bank to boot.
Yeah. Havana, hard of enough to match complete, let alone with over a minute even, or even not in overtime. A great push from Krazy 88s. Definitely keeping that momentum going that they've had the entire game. They're going to want to keep it going here. They're on the defense now. I wouldn't expect anything else other than a close hold with that Symmetra May. If we do, I'm going to be shocked, and yeah, that's all I got to say about that. A wasted potential here. They tried out this Ball Sigma comp on the defense. It did work out for them for a little while. But knowing what happened in the beginning, like, what is the best way that they could try to work around this? They're probably their biggest goal right now is going to be getting out of spawn.
Yeah.
The best way to... we see Max on the Roadhog right now. Could get a good pick, but I'm curious to see how this is going to play into defense here.
I think it's exactly just to try to find that initial pick out of the gate. I don't anticipate Max is going to stick with the Roadhog. And you can see, yeah, Krazy 88s do pull out the Sim May for the close hold. And this is just, I mean, as you were alluding to earlier, this is just about buy as much time as possible. You protect the right side and then use all of this cover. Krazy 88s are just going to be aggressive. They just pounce on this left-hand door. That's the problem. That's why you don't normally get so aggressive on that left-hand door, is because you leave this side open for the wraparound. And that's exactly what we saw there. Nice play from Max, and the Roadhog works out.
Yeah, okay, there you go. You take it. Get a pick with that Roadhog. You DPS get some headshots. Close hold over. And that just ult charge for them. Krazy 88s going for full swap, almost. Yeah, entire full swap.
Yeah,
so now
entire
they're
full
gonna be
swaps.
behind in terms of ultimate charge. Max sticking with this Roadhog for now.
Surprising.
Yeah, I'm curious about this. Like, you're against double shield. You're gonna have to get in their backline somehow. So those shields are gonna be the front, but I don't think they're expecting this right now. Ooh.
Oh, a nice shield from Let's blocking the hook. Just outplaying the hog momentarily. I was about to say, lucky he didn't get rocked. And just as I was thinking it, the accretion comes through. And Max is just backing up, not able to get any space at all, which means the DPS and Mariner and Coach have all the room they need to work this corner and put down an immense amount of damage.
You got two shields to sit behind. There's not really too much good going through, except for Tracemaker on this Hanzo can bust you down. Don't have to worry about that, though, anymore. Coach just chilling in the background like this. I really think that Max should swap off this Roadhog. If you have the whole hoglet looking at this, is it really going to get that much more done? And X-Men just cleaning house.
Yeah, some wonderful exit picks there from the Zen. I agree, and Max agrees as well. Does eventually make that swap, and not a moment too soon. The 2-minute mark is kind of your do or die as far as your composition, because you want to give time for some ult rotations. Now, so we get the double shield v double shield. The question is now, how do you get in here and disrupt Mariner and Coach? Because that's the real threat. If they put pressure on Coach up here, Coach is just going to go back to the top of the sign. Supercharger out, Ant Matrix out, 150% extra damage, and Coach one-shots Orisa.
Okay, look at all the damage assists on that, though.
Yeah, all the assists on that. That was Supercharger, Ant Matrix, and Discord. And that broke my brain. That was, wow. Just wow.
That one had to hurt.
I kind of want to do the quick math on that. I don't know. There's so many math experts out there. Tell me what that is. A fully charged Widow shot with Discord, Ant Matrix, and Supercharger. I want to know how much damage that is. Max goes down immediately out of the gate as they're trying to push through the cigar shop or whatever this little store is on the left. A couple of kills coming through for Wasted Potential, and the duplicate's immediately taken out. That ult just did nothing. Tracemaker back onto the Hanzo is able to pick up 2 with the Dragon Strike, and finally, Wasted Potential are able to get a fight win.
We're getting it moving here. I can't tell you how much time is on the clock currently, but I can tell you it's definitely not as much as they started with, for sure. And
that is a solid guess. That is a solid guess. I saw it flicker up there. It was 42 seconds. I was going to say it had to be under a minute, just given by where we were at 2 minutes. My internal clock, we're sitting at 45 seconds about right now. A quick fight here. And they might get another one, and yeah, it is going to be a quick death for Wasted Potential. It's the only luxury they are afforded in the back of point A.
You're on desperation time here. You're hoping for Scenic to get something done with this Gravitic Flux, but not going to happen. Maybe Tracemaker, they could capitalize on that pick on the Echo, who might be getting back later. You can probably guarantee a touch. Max can get in there. The Coach is just waiting for somebody to take advantage of down here, and look at that, the D.Va already below half health immediately. Touch is in. They're gonna fight him in.
NRG tried to jump down, but no. Ninja's gonna win out against their counterpart. Spider takes down Tracemaker. There's no DPS left. Now there's no tanks. This is it. Krazy 88s have done it for the 2nd season in a row. The legendary Xbox squad stands victorious atop of the mountain. The lone victors and your grand champions. Congratulations to Krazy 88s in a clean and crisp 4-0 sweep over Wasted Potential. Tip of the hat to you. Fantastic play. Smurfy with a well-deserved play of the game, perhaps player of the match. I don't know about you, Tidy, but this tank play was just sublime all day long. Look at that. Just need I say more?
Yeah. I can't disagree with you at all. Again, it's not that it was just a Reinhardt. Granted, the Reinhardt was really good, dare I say, at an MTD at certain points in the map. I gotta love the flag shatters. We saw the Wrecking Ball. We saw the Orisa as well.
Oh, yeah.
These teams, Krazy 88s, they've won this season 2 years in a row because they're flexible. It's not that they're a one-sided team. Yes, their symmetry is absolutely insane, but they can pull other stuff out too and look just as good on it. We don't talk about it just as much, but it's there.
Hope you all had as much fun as we did. Well, I guess there's nothing else to say, but look out for each other in game and out. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next time.